Saturday Floss Tube. My name's Caroline, and I'm just here today to do a really quick shop update on a new collection that I've got going in the shop this afternoon. I have done a collaboration with Michelle Garrette of Bendy, Stitchy Designs, and maybe 2 months ago I messaged Michelle and I said, look, I've got these really special fabrics that I've been saving, and I think they're up your alley, and I think you should design something to go with this. I'd like to make a collection of bags, and I'd really like to see what you could come up with for a pattern, and I think we should work together and put it out as a collaboration. And Michelle jumped right on board, no hesitation at all, and it has been an absolute pleasure to work with her. And I think you will agree when you see her pattern that it is really lovely, and I can't wait to stitch it myself. So without further ado, the fabrics that I had were based on the theme of the book Alice in Wonderland. And I'm sure many of you have already guessed this because Alice in Wonderland, Alice is special to Michelle. And so I couldn't think of a better person to design a pattern for this collection. So the fabrics that I have two different fabric collections from two different manufacturers, but both are Alice themed. And so I thought, okay, for the first time, instead of just doing one bag, one fabric as a kit, let's do a collection of things and put this together. So that's what I've done. Everything that I'm going to be showing you today is a sample, and so I'm going to take photographs of these samples and put them up on the shop. The name of my shop is Evertote. You can find me on the internet, www.evertote.com, and all of the information, all of those details will be found in the drop-down box below. So I'll show you the bags first, and then I'll save Michelle's pattern for the very end. So I am using all of the fabric that I have, and what I have done is I have made various varieties of bag with each print. And so my numbers are limited. What the numbers that I put in the shop, that's what I can make. And then once those prints are gone, this will be it. So to start out with, the first fabric that I used was basically the pages of the book. So as you can see, we have clips from the story on our first bag. And so there are various paragraphs and, famous quotes from the book all over the print. This is a wedge tote. This is a medium wedge tote. Comes with a side strap. The coordinating fabric on the bottom. I kind of liked this because to me it simulated a droplet of, drink me sort of idea. And of course, not just the wedge tote, but I have also done this in a medium flat as well. There will be, I think I have enough to do some large flat sets of this as well. So this will come in three varieties: a medium flat, a large flat, and a wedge tote. I'm just going to tell you what they'll fit at the beginning, and this applies across the board for all of the following bags. The large size bag fits an 11-inch square Q-snap. The medium size fits an 8x11 Q-snap or smaller. The wedge tote fits an 8x8, so an 8-inch square Q-snap. You can also fit the 8-inch square in these guys, of course, as well. So that's the first print. I'm sure I'll laugh about this tomorrow. I was just taking some photographs for the shop update, and I was taking some photographs of the black and white print, and I bought this fabric last year. I've been working with this fabric for the last month and assumed that I knew it was black and white, and then I got it in the light and I'm taking photographs of it. It's not black and white, it's navy. It's a super, super dark navy. So, can you see? It's navy. Look at that. It was when I put the Notions pouch up on it to photograph it, and I thought, that's not black and white, that's navy. And you've paired it with a black and white. This does not work as well as a navy. So here's what I'm gonna do, because I need to get the bags up in the shop. There will be 2 oopsie bags with a black bottom, one in a medium size and one in a wedge toed size. There will be a slight discount on those bags because this is navy and this is black and white. And then I'm going to put up a listing for this print with a navy twill on the bottom, and then the Notions pouch is going to be this print. See that right there? This will be the combination for the navy and white Alice literary print. And tomorrow I will laugh and laugh, but maybe not today. Okay, so you will see a listing with the fabrics laid out like this if you are interested in this bag. And other than the 2 bags that I've already pre-made, it will not be a problem at all for me to fix that. It's just, I can't believe that I didn't see it. I cannot believe that I didn't see it. How did I miss it? I don't know. But anyways, now so I think I'm gonna try and tuck this little segment into that section in the video where I was talking about this particular print. And then now I will return you back to the original video. Thanks, guys. The next print that I have is actually exactly the same. It's just in a different colorway. So you can see that the print on this is really striking, and it's it stands out quite a bit. Well, if you're an Alice fan, but you don't maybe like the fact that it stands out at you, jumps out at you, then this next print is a little bit more subtle. So it's the exact same bag, but done in a very beautiful sort of blush coral color. And there you go. You can still see the wording, the phrasing is still on the fabric. It's just a little bit more subtle than the black and white. So in case you can't tell, it's not navy, it is black and white. So I've used the same print on the bottom of this. Now here, this is a large flat, just so you've got some size comparison. So this would be a large flat, which fits the 11-inch square Q-snap. Now the lighting, it's a very gray afternoon here today, so I've got unnatural lighting in here, so hopefully you can see the colors. I'm hoping that the photography for the shop pages will turn out okay. So it's this beautiful sort of blushy coral color. So both Michelle and I have, we are both going to be using the coral wedge tote size. She may be using hers for knitting, but I think I'm gonna tuck my Q-snap in this one. So I like that color. I just like that color. The next print in the collection has a tea party procession featuring the King and Queen of Hearts. I love this print. It's just so fun. And my favorite is the little floating head of the Cheshire Cat. Just floating along there. So, this fabric will also be available in all 3 varieties of size, but I will only have 3 wedge totes, 3 medium wedge totes. But it will also be available in large and medium as well. So pretty. Okay, and last but not least of the different fabrics in this collection, the very last fabric that I have is also a character print featuring Alice, her very self, and the March Hare and the Queen of Hearts. It's so beautiful. It's just a beautiful pink. Now, the bottom that I have used on both of the character bags are the same, and it's not the traditional black twill that I use, and I'm not sure you're going to be able to see it, but the name of this print is called Sunday Grunge, and it's kind of funny because it almost looks like a wiped down chalkboard. In certain lights you can see there are these little patches of it that look like they've almost got a bit of a texture to it. There you can see that. And it's subtle, but I just thought that it really added a bit of character to the bag. So that's the accent that I used on, that will be on all of these 2 print style bags. Now, this one is only coming in the flat configuration, and I only have, where did my numbers go? Numbers on this particular fabric are very limited. I only had very little yardage, and so I have made use of all that I had, and I have cut 9 medium sets and 3 large sets, and that's it. So unfortunately, I was sorry that I didn't have more because it is just so lovely. I have a little bit more yardage of the beautiful processional print, but again, numbers will be limited. Numbers are limited on all of them because I've used up all of the fabric that I had. But I think all together, I have enough for a fair number of bags. So there will be lots in the shop. So with the main bag comes, with every single one, comes the Notions pouch, and the Notions pouch is going to be uniform across the collection. So the same print will be used for all of the bags, and it is this really sweet little floral polka dot pouch. The other thing that is uniform across the kit is the lining on all of the bags. I didn't go with white this time. I went with a steel gray. So this steel gray print is going to be on the inside of each of the bags. So all across the collection, I've used that same steel gray in all of the bags. Along with the bag set this time, I have a bit of a special zipper pull to include in the package. I was able to purchase some pretty unique clock charms. So this I have turned into a zipper pull, and that will be included along with the first 50 kits that sell. I was only able to get 50 of these charms, and so if more than 50 kits sell, more than 50 bags in the collection, if more than 50 sell, I will be on the lookout for a different clock charm to include with the bag as well. But the first 50 will get this beautiful clock charm, and you can see it's substantial, so it's going to make a nice little bit of jewelry hanging from the bag. I really like it. Okay, so as an add-on, I did not make these as a bundle because not everybody uses them. But for the first time ever in the history of Evertote, I have added in a grime guard option. So I have 2 choices for your grime guard, 2 fabrics to choose from. The first choice of grime guard, should you choose that you would like one, is a black floral print. It's got a black and white subtle, well, it's not subtle, it's a floral print. I just love it. It's just so pretty. So that's the black. And if floral isn't your thing, I have also made the same steel gray that I used as the liner in all of the bags. I have also made this as an option as well. So as you can see, it's not just a plain gray. There is a slight speckle on this fabric that is just, it's a little bit subtle, but it's just so pretty. And you know, flowers aren't for everybody. So if you would prefer a plainer option, I tend to go plain most of the time. I thought this gray was a really, really nice option. If you would like the Grime Guard, I'm going to be offering it in 3 sizes: 8-inch square, 8 by 11, and also an 11-inch square. And the prices will be priced accordingly on the size. So I did speak about these Grime Guards last week or week before on my Monday Floss Tube, and I had talked about, making them and practicing making them. And I've just made a couple of changes, actually based on a recommendation. Somebody left me a comment. I had talked about the seam on the inside of the Grime Guard and how I just zigzagged it, and she said, she makes them as well, and I can't remember her name, and I wish I could, because she said she also sells Grime Guards on Etsy. When she said, when I make them, I just use a French seam, and why don't you use a French seam? And I thought, of course, a French seam, then you don't have to zigzag, and it's all neat and tidy. So that is what I'm doing. So thank you to the lady who left me that comment. It was a good one. Don't know why I didn't think about it. I should have, but you're smarter than me. So French seam and a slightly thicker elastic. It's 9 millimeters instead of, I think, what's the usual size. That the ones that I have are a bit thinner. I just like a little bit of a thicker elastic, just personal preference. However, okay, so black floral. As you can see, everything goes together, and it doesn't matter whether you go with black or gray. And I should have lots of the black floral. I will be making these to order. So everything that will be in the shop that you will be purchasing is a pre-order. And then once those orders start coming in, then I start making all of the collection. So it may take me a little while. Okay, now I've saved the best for last. I've saved the best for last because you want to see the pattern, don't you? So this pattern will be exclusive to this kit until market, which is at the very beginning of March. So for the entire month of February, this pattern done by Bendy Stitchy, it's Bendy Stitchy number 21, and it is called Literary Alice. This will be an exclusive to all of those who purchase a bag from the collection, from the Alice collection through Evertote. This is going to be sold as a PDF copy. So as soon as you place your purchase, within 24 hours, I will email a copy of the PDF of Michelle's pattern directly to you. So chances are pretty good that you're going to have had your chart for a few weeks before you see your bag. And I hope that's okay, but really these bags are meant to last you a lifetime. And if you are so excited about the Alice chart and you want to stitch it right away, well, then you can stitch it right away and you can tuck a different project into your Alice bag. But I love the fact that these were designed to be together. And if you're anything like me, it will take you 2 years to stitch this design anyways, so it's going to go in your Alice bag anyways. Are you ready? Okay, so I'm going to show you my copy, and then I'm going to put in a picture of the actual photo that Michelle sent me, because my printer is kind of running out of ink. But here it is. What do you think? Isn't it adorable? And it's very Michelle. It's very Michelle. So Literary Alice. This is the pattern. This is what the surprise was all about. And I love it, and I can't wait to stitch it. In fact, I'm all kitted up. I've been ready to stitch this for a month. So I'm excited to stitch it with you. So there you go. And I will put in a picture that Michelle sent me of right here so that you can see it in true color form. So now you know what I've been keeping a secret for the last little while, and that I've been really excited to share with you. I hope you love it. I hope you love it as much as we do. And a big thank you again to Michelle Garrette for agreeing to do this with me, because it's been a lot of fun. So when this video is up, the collection is in the shop, so it's all in there, it's all ready to go. And thank you. Thanks for watching, and thank you for supporting my little shop. And I will see you on Monday for a regular Monday Floss Tube update. Take care. Happy stitching.